How does it feel to just sit and pay attention to your breath? You may have had a busy day at work, or a busy day running around doing errands or thinking about lots of different things. So notice how it feels just to sit with yourself, with your eyes closed, concentrating on nothing else but your breath. And breathe in on your next inhale for 4 counts. And breathe out through your nose for 4 counts. Breathe in through your nose for 4 counts. And breathe out through your nose for 4 counts. And just keep this breath flowing throughout the practice. The practice of yoga is not about how you move into the positions. It's about keeping control of your breath. It's more breath work. And the theme we'll be focusing on today is around nature. I know many of us might live in cities or in high buildings. So I really want to bring us back to nature during the next 60 minutes. Relating to the earth element, helping us to feel grounded and nourished. And take one more deep breath in through your nose. And let it all out through your mouth. When you feel ready, open your legs to a wide-legged seated position. Just as far as feels comfortable for you here. Inhale, reach your arms above your head. And exhale, bring your right hand to your shin or your ankle, wherever feels good for you. With your left arm above you, option to look underneath your left armpit. Engage through your fingertips. And slowly rotate your body, bringing your left hand down onto your shin to meet your right hand, lowering your chest towards your thighs. Inhale here and exhale to soften over your legs. Inhale to inspire and exhale to expire, softening further. And on your next inhale, rise up, bringing your knee into your chest with your hands around your knee. And just make circles with your knee, really getting into your hip joints. How does it feel to move your leg in this way? Move anti-clockwise as well as clockwise, changing the movement. The next time your knee is at your chest, pull it in towards you. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, place your leg back out long in front of you. Inhale, bring your arms above you. And exhale, place your left hand on your left shin or your ankle, wherever feels good. And then your right arm above you. Look under your right armpit if that feels comfortable. Notice how this feels up your side, opening your heart and chest towards the ceiling. And rotate your torso towards your leg, bringing your right hand to meet your left hand and lowering your chest towards your thigh. Keeping with your breath, inhale and exhale, soften. Forward folds are the medicine of yoga, the medicine of life. Let anything that is coming up for you and that doesn't serve you wash over your head and into the ground to compost away. And on your next inhale, rise back up. Again, bringing your knee back up to your chest. Making those rotations, those little circles with your knee. Clockwise and then anti-clockwise. Just feel whatever feels good for your hips and your thighs and knees. Pointing your toe or flexing your foot. Again, listening to your body. And place your foot back on the earth. Into wide-legged seated. Inhale your arms to the air. And exhale, this time place your hands in front of you for wide-legged forward fold. Here, let your head hang low towards the ground. Bring your chest further towards your mat. Let any tension fall away from the back of your neck. Again, notice how this feels on the insides of your thighs and your hips. Inhale and exhale. Soften towards the ground. Trusting your body. Trusting yourself. And thanking yourself for turning up on the mat today. This evening after a long, busy day. Inhale, walk your hands back up to seated. Bring your hands back round behind you with your fingertips facing forward. And bring your chest to the sky, gazing straight in front of you. Feel the opening here through your heart and the slight arch in your back. And inhale, bring your spine back to neutral. Bring your knees together and roll round to tabletop position. From here, keep your wrists in line with your shoulders and your knees in line with your hips. Lift your right leg up and make semicircles with your knee. rotating round to the side and bringing back to meet your left knee. Reaching out, bringing to the side. Make one more of these, and the next time your foot arrives long, plant it on the ground and raise your right arm to the sky. Open up through your chest, feeling the side twist. And turn, engage your foot, the outside of your foot, pressing it into the ground. And you'll feel an engagement and the strength through the side of your leg. Feel the flow of energy through your body. And plant your hand back to the earth, bringing your foot back around, planting your knee on the earth. This time lifting your left leg into the sky, making circles with your knee. Really feeling into the juiciness of your hip. Bringing your knee as high as you can. And when your foot is next long outside you, plant it on the ground as you did on the right side and lift your left arm up to the sky. Open up through your chest. Again, reach your fingertips to the sky. Planting your foot firmly into the ground to switch on your outer thigh, your outer calf. Try and keep the weight out of your right hand and balance with your knee so you're not falling forward into your right hand. And inhale, bring your left hand back to the mat. Bring your left knee back round behind your right knee and sit back on your feet. You should kind of end up in this twisted position with your right knee on top of your left knee. Perfect. And from here, lift your arms up and move through some body rolls. So bring your chest towards your knee. Bring it round to your left hand side. Bring your spine back up to neutral. Really getting your shoulders and your spine and your head into the movement. One more time clockwise. And when you meet back in the center, rotate anti-clockwise, bringing your right knee to the opposite, right shoulder to the opposite side. Rotating your spine round in circles. And one more time round. Bring your spine to neutral and swap your legs over. So this time your left knee is on top of your right knee. And your feet are out by either side of you. Perfect. Same again on this side, making some spinal rolls. Really bringing your chest towards your knee and towards the mat. And this helps stretch through our outer hips here. Let your head hang low, let any tension fall out of your neck that you might have been holding from today. Ready for a calm evening. And move anti-clockwise. One more time round. Inhale, bring your spine to neutral, raise your arms to the sky. And exhale, plant your hands on the ground, roll over your knees. Move back into tabletop position. And send your hips towards your feet for child's pose. Here, bring your knees wide out to the corners of your mat and lower your chest towards the ground. If it's possible, bring your forehead also to the ground. With your forehead, a little massage here. Your third eye. It's where you receive energy. Receive energy from the earth as it flows through your body. And take a moment to set an intention for your practice this evening that you can carry on the mat and off the mat into your life. You can follow through with your own, or we'll be moving through the class with the intention, I love my body and I trust its wisdom. I love my body and I trust its wisdom. And on your next inhale, rise back up to tabletop. Tuck your toes beneath you. Send your hips to the sky for downwards facing dog. First downwards facing dog, maybe of today, the class. Take a moment here to pedal out your feet. Send your hips to the sky. And press into all 10 of your fingers, evenly distributing the weight so as to really hold your body. How does it feel for your head to be below your heart in this inversion? And inhale, lift your right leg to the sky for three-legged dog. Stack your hips on top of one another and rotate your knee round in circles. Pointing or flexing your toe, whatever feels good for you. Again, clockwise and anti-clockwise. If you need to take a break from being on your hands, just come down into child's pose. There's always the option to come to child's pose at any time during the class. Bring your leg back to neutral. Raise your foot to the sky. Inhale. Bring your knee into your chest. And plant your foot in between your hands. Low lunge. Option here to drop your back knee to the ground. Bring both hands on the inside of your right foot. And just feel through your hip here. You might want to make some little movements with your legs. Option to come down onto your forearms if that's accessible to you. Relaxing your head towards the ground. Feel the juiciness being released in your hips. And this is your time on the mat. Don't worry about what other people are thinking or doing. A flower does not think about competing with the flower next to it. It just simply blooms. When you feel ready, if you're on your forearms, come back up onto your hands. Bring your right hand out behind you and sit back onto your hips for wide-legged seated position. Sit for a moment here. And inhale, plant your right foot back on the ground, move back to lizard pose. Here, tuck your left toes and bring your left knee off the ground. Inhale, your arms to the air for high lunge. Keep your knee in line with your foot and push through your back knee, keeping your hips squared forward and your shoulders relaxed. Breathe in here, keeping with your breath. Inhale and exhale, plant your hands on the earth, stepping back, bringing your knees to the outside of the mat for child's pose. Bring your chest to the earth and your forehead. Pausing here for a moment. Grounding. And realigning with ourselves. When you feel ready, inhale back to tabletop, tuck your toes and send your hips to the sky for downward facing dog. This time, inhale, bring your left foot to the sky for three-legged dog. Stack your hips and rotate your knee. Making little circles. You might want to look under your left armpit. Clockwise and anti-clockwise. Again, keeping aware of how our weight is distributed across our hands. Is it even? And keeping with your breath. And there's lots of things to think about. Inhale, bring your leg back to neutral to three-legged dog. And bring your knee into your chest, planting your foot in between your hands. Lowering your right knee to the floor, to the mat. And if you need any blankets or pillows underneath your knee, if the floor is hard, please feel free to do so. From here, bring your left hand on the inside of your left foot for lizard pose. Again, just feel through your hip here. Move it through any juiciness. And if this feels comfortable for you, option to move down onto your forearms. Listen to your body. Your time on the mat is your time to romance your body. You may want to open through your knee, placing your left hand on your left knee, slightly pushing it open, opening it like a book. And from here, if you're on your forearms, rise back up to your hand. Bring your left hand out behind you and move in to wide-legged foot cross-seated position. Pause here for a moment, opening up through your hips and your inner thighs. And rotate, bringing your right hand back to meet the earth and your left foot to meet the ground. Back to lizard. From here, keep your foot in the middle of both of your hands. Tuck your toes on your right foot. Lift your right knee. Inhale, lift your arms to the sky for high lunge. Then here, keep your knee in line with your ankle and your right knee engaged. Your shoulders relaxed. And give yourself a little smile. Yoga doesn't have to be serious. Take time to have fun on the mat. One more deep breath in. And exhale, plant your hands on the earth. Bring your knees back, moving into child's pose. Lower your chest towards the mat. And your forehead relax. I love my body and I trust its wisdom. I love my body and I trust its wisdom. Inhale, rise back up to tabletop. Tuck your toes, send your hips back up to the sky. Inhale, lift your right leg off the ground for three-legged dog. Bring your knee to your chest and plant your foot on the inside of your hand. Inhale, bring both hands up. Plant your left heel on the earth. Warrior one. Here, push down to with your pinky toe on your left foot. So all weight is evenly distributed. And open up through your arms for warrior two. Keeping your arms in line with one another, just have a little peek over your fingertips. Keeping your gaze along your right hand and checking in with your knee. Is it aligned with your ankle? From here, bring your right elbow to your right knee and your left arm above you. The side angle pose. Open up through your chest and your heart. Inhale back to center. And interlace your fingers behind your back. Move back into side angle, but this time, bringing your hands above you. I know this can feel a lot of tension in our thighs and our legs, but breathe into the tension. Sit into it. Any uncomfortableness, breathe, send love into that area. And inhale, rise back up to standing. Warrior two. Flip your right palm to the sky. Gaze the ceiling, bringing your left hand to your left leg for reverse warrior. Here, option to keep your neck forward or look towards your fingertips. Inhale, back to center. Straighten both of your legs. Bring your hands to your heart center and bring your heels in slightly so your feet are diagonal. Lower down to goddess pose. See if you can bring your thighs parallel to the mat. Keep your spine long. And move through your hips here, swaying side to side. Feel the juiciness being released. Your body is your garden. Tend to yourself and it will thank you. And bring yourself back to neutral. Inhale your hands to the sky. This time, bring your toes in. Your feet are parallel to one another. And forward fold, folding over your knees. Bringing the crown of your head to the floor. Option to hold onto your ankles. Bring your hands to the mat. Whatever feels good for you here. Option to move into tripod headstand if that's in your practice. Option to sway side to side once again in this pose. Really letting your head fall low and bring any tension out of your neck. There should be no wrinkles on the back of your neck. Let anything that's not serving you fall off the top of your head, flow out of your body and into the ground. And on your next inhale, slowly rise up to standing. Turn your right toes to the front of the mat, moving back into Warrior Two. Bending your knee, gazing over your front fingertips. Cartwheel your hands to the front of the mat and step back to plank. Hold here for a breath. And drop your knees to the earth, bringing your chest to the ground. Inhale, scoop through for baby cobra. Untuck your toes. And exhale, send your hips back up to the sky for downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet here for a moment. Option to sit in child's pose if that feels good for you. And inhale your left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Bring your knee into your chest and plant your foot in between your hands for high lunge. Inhale, rise up to standing, planting your left heel on the ground. Sorry, your right heel on the ground. For Warrior One. Keep your hips squared forward here. Your whole front of your body is facing forward. Keep your shoulders relaxed down. Your fingertips pointing towards the sky. Inhale, open out for Warrior Two. Again here, gaze over both fingertips. Are they in line with one another? From here, bring your left elbow to meet your left knee, and your right arm above you. Again, option to gaze under your armpit or look straight forward. Feeling how opening through your chest also opens through your hips. Our hips and our hearts are connected in many ways. They both carry a lot of emotion and feeling. So practicing opening your hips and really let go a lot of stress or tension that you might be carrying. And inhale, come back up to standing. Again, clasp your hands behind your back and bow your chest forward towards the ground. You might want to rest your chest on your thigh or bring it on the inside of your thigh. Breathe into the tension here. Breathe into any areas that might be crying out for a little help. Sit for a moment here. I know, one more breath. If your leg's shaking, that's a good thing. And inhale, back to standing. And your arms back out to warrior two. Flip your left palm. Okay, raise it along the sky for reverse warrior. Again, open up through your chest and your heart here, if that feels good for you. Inhale, back to standing. Straighten your left leg and bring your feet parallel to each other with your heels slightly inwards. 5-pointed star. Bring your hands to your heart center and again lower to goddess pose. Moving through your hips here like you're moving through honey. Keep your back and your spine as straight, lengthened. Your gaze forward. Come back to neutral. Inhale, back to standing. Bring your toes in parallel to one another. Inhale your arms to the sky. And exhale, pour over your legs towards the mat. A wide-legged forward fold. Here, option to hold onto your ankle or the mat or your elbows, if that feels good for you. And again, sway side to side. Yoga is not about being still all of the time. Sometimes it feels good just to flow with your breath, with the air, as if you are a bird flying in the sky. If you played with headstand on this side, knees back and center. Inhale, roll back up, standing. Bring your left toes towards the front of the mat and return to warrior two. Tuck your hips in, gaze over your fingertips. Cartwheel your hands back to the mat. Step back to the plank. Again, remembering to keep the weight in all 10 of your fingers. Option to drop your knees. And slowly lower your chest towards the mat. Inhale, scoop through for baby cobra or upwards facing dog. And exhale, touch your toes, move back to child's pose. Again, bring your chest to the mat and your knees wide so you can really feel into your hips. Bring your forehead to the mat Give your forehead a massage. I love my body and I trust its wisdom. You are in a safe space here. Imagine yourself in a safe space, whatever that space might be for you. It might be surrounded by trees. It might be in a cabin by the sea. It might be simply at home, in your living room, surrounded by your family. You are safe. And inhale, rise back up to tabletop. Touch your toes, send your hips back up to the sky for downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look towards your hands and walk to the front of the mat. Forward fold. Let your head hang here. Let any tension fall out of your neck. And inhale, rise up to standing, like a rag doll with your limbs falling in front of you for Tadasana. Plant all 10 of your toes into the ground. Engage through your legs. Tuck your tailbone. Relax your shoulders. Spread your fingers wide. And gaze forward for a strong mountain pose. You are strong, standing against the wind and the rain and anything that life throws against you. Inhale your arms to the sky. Hold onto your left wrist with your right hand and lean to your right hand side. Again, feeling the openness and the stretch through your left side. Inhale back to neutral. Hold onto your right wrist with your left hand and lean to your left side. Inhale back to neutral, and we'll be moving through a couple of standing positions. So bring your right foot up to your thigh, or your shin, or your ankle, anywhere apart from your knee to prevent injury. Bring your hands to your heart center, and an option to close down your eyes for a little challenge, a little balance challenge. A tree pose. From here, bring your ankle on top of your thigh, if that's acceptable for you, and slowly lower your hip towards the ground. Four-legged pose. Just go as far as feels comfortable for you. Keeping your gaze forward. Option to bring your hands to the earth here. And just play with bringing the weight into your palms. And toppling forward slightly. This is a setup for an inversion, but it's really important to get the groundings and the foundations and the strength within your shoulders, first of all. And inhale, rise back up to standing, with your palms at your heart center. From here, see if you can keep your leg raised, bringing it out behind you for Warrior 3. Option here to hold onto a chair or the wall. or bring your hands to the earth. Option to bring your hands to your heart center or out in front of you. Whatever feels good for you. And from here, lower your right foot back to the ground to meet your left foot. Forward fold. Inhale, rise to standing for Shavasana. And this time bring your left foot again to your ankle, your shin or your thigh for tree pose. Option to bring your hands to your heart center. Keep with your breath. If you lose your breath at any time, just come back to those 4 counts inhale and 4 counts exhale. And from here, bring your ankle onto the top of your right thigh. And slowly lower down, as we did on the right hand side. Place your hands on the earth. And again, just play with moving the weight into your hands. Feel the strength through your shoulders and the stretch through your outer side. And inhale, bring your palms back to your heart center, rise back up to standing. This time bringing your left foot out behind you for warrior 3. Toppling your chest towards the earth. Option to bring your hands to the ground. Keeping your foot engaged behind you, either flexing or pointing your toes. Breathe here. Remember that you are a human being, not a human doing. In life, we tend to do all the time. Just take time to just be. Be here on your mat. And inhale, rise up standing. And back up to Tadasana. Bring your left foot to meet your right foot. Breathe deeply through your nose here. And exhale, let it all through your mouth. Bring your feet out to the sides of the mat, a little wider than your hips. And lower your hips towards the mat for Malasana, Yogi squat. Here, you might want to move side to side through your hips. Open out your hips through your triceps. See if you can push them out a little slightly. Keep your spine long. And just gently bring one knee to the mat and the opposite knee. Keeping with your breath. And come back to neutral. Plant your hands on the mat in front of you and come into tabletop position. From here, touch your toes and your hips to the sky. And bring your right foot in for Pigeon Pose. So bring your leg parallel to your hands. It doesn't have to be directly straight. So you can see your toes on the left-hand side of the mat. Walk your toes backwards. Keep your spine long. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Close down your eyes. And touch your toes. Bring your right foot back behind, meet your left foot. A downward dog. This time lift your left leg to the sky. And bring it, your knee and your foot parallel to your hands for Pigeon Pose. You might want to walk your right foot back a little. Inhale, keep your spine long. Feel the fire and the energy that you've built up through your body today, this evening. Notice how it feels to be present in the moment. And come on to your left outer thigh, bringing your right foot out, long in front of you. And untuck your left foot from underneath you. Inhale your arms to the sky and slowly lower towards the mat. Lie down. From here, bring both of your knees up towards you and give yourself a little hug and a squeeze. To thank your body for carrying you through the practice. Bring your hands on the insides of your knees and hold onto the outsides of your feet for happy baby. You might want to roll side to side here. Do whatever your body is calling for. If you want to take a different pose, please feel free. When you feel ready, bring your legs out long in front of you. Take up space on your mat. Sink into the ground for Shavasana, the final pose of today's practice, the most important pose of the practice. Take up space on your mat, allow yourself to sink into the ground. Take one deep breath in through your nose and let it all out through your mouth. Relax your body, relax your feet, relax your legs, relax your hips. Relax your chest and your shoulders. Imagine you're floating on water and that you are being held weightless. Relax your arms and relax your hands. Let any tension fall away from your jaw and your cheekbones. And relax the crown of your head. When you feel ready, bring your attention back to your body and where you are. Wriggle your fingertips, wriggle your toes. You might want to take a good morning stretch, bringing your arms and your hands out above you. And when you feel ready, roll onto whichever side is calling you. Making a pillow with your bicep. And take a moment to acknowledge and thank yourself for showing up this evening after a long day. And halfway through the week, make the rest of the week, if you've been struggling with anything, take this practice and this intention into the rest of your week. And when you feel ready, push yourself up to a seated position. Close down your eyes. Bring your hands to your heart center. Take one final big deep inhale through your nose. And let it all out through your mouth. And bring your hands to your head for positive thought, your mouth for positive words, and your heart to receive and to give love. Namaste. And thank you so much